Hello, everyone. Welcome to the astrology forecast for June of 2026. This month is about healing from the ground up. Let's start with the June numerology. This is a 7 month in a 1 year. So, this is an invitation to go quiet, to listen before you move. June is asking for reflection. It's about spiritual connection and stillness that sharpens what we're working on. So, what you hear this month, what Spirit is telling us this month, will matter. Let's just start with some highlights. June is Gemini season, and then Gemini is curious, likes to talk and communicate and ask questions. It's mentally active. But numerology suggests that we need something a little different, that we're going inward this month. And of course, Pluto is in retrograde, so that is also about going inward. But the sky supports both sides. Astrology supports both. Early June, we have some productive and grounded energy for your plans, your commitments. And then the second half of the month actually is more emotional and spiritual territory because the sun moves into Cancer on the 21st. So I think the biggest thing that I want to highlight is there's a cluster of significant transits on the 29th of June. There's Mercury stationing retrograde in Cancer, the full moon in Capricorn, and Mars squaring the North Node, and Jupiter enters Leo. That's all going on the 29th. So that's a big full day of astrology. We'll be feeling a lot. So June will be steadily building toward that moment, that date. So pay attention what's going on through the month in your life, and we'll see by the end, what's coming to completion, what is about to begin. Now, another really big thing, Chiron enters Taurus on June 19th. That's a generational shift that we want to take notice of. I will be offering a membership class on that. If you're interested in membership, you can go to glumiastrology.com and enroll. But that is something we definitely want to take note of. Chiron has been in Aries since 2018. And so moving into Taurus is a new chapter around collective healing. And it's centered on the body and material security, about our self-worth. What do we believe we deserve? And that question deepens for everyone when this transition happens. Let's see, Venus also moves through Cancer and into Leo this month. So that's activating some tenderness and creative fire. Mid-June, we have some intensity with Venus facing off with Pluto in retrograde. And so that's old relationship dynamics or power, questions of power might surface. So, stay clear of the drama, but just pay attention to what it's revealing, what information you're receiving from that. And again, Jupiter entering Leo on the 29th. That's a good news to close the month. So it's a year of expansion in the sign of creativity and joy and self-expression. So we'll talk about that a little more. But first, let's talk about the moon cycles. So the moon cycles in June 8, we have the last quarter moon at 7 degrees of Pisces. And the Sabian symbol is in a huge tent. A famous revivalist conducts his meeting with a spectacular performance. Wow, a vivid picture in my mind from that. If you've ever been to a revival, this is the final moon in that moon phase family that began March 20th, 2024. So look back and see what started for you around that time, what intentions you set for this Pisces moon family. The last quarter moons are for completion and release. So something that's been unfolding over these last over 2 years is reaching its close. So celebrate what's been built in this time. June 15th, then we have a new moon in Gemini at 24 degrees. So that's another moon family cycle beginning, and the first in a series that will unfold over the next 24, 27 months. New moons in Gemini are about communication and curiosity and connection. So when you set your intentions during this new moon, ask Spirit what is wanting to be created through you, and then listen. Um, or watch for a sign. If you get signs, wait for that impulse, that intuition, that idea that strikes, and set your intention. Then on June 21st, the first quarter moon at 0 degrees of Libra. That's the second moon in a moon phase cycle that began September 21st, 2025. And first quarter moons are about tweaking and taking action. So look back at what started. What is it that you maybe need to just make a little change in your original intention, and then align and keep working from there. Reset your intention, take the next step. And on June 29th, as I mentioned, the full moon is 8 degrees Capricorn. Now, the Sabian symbol for this is an angel comes carrying a harp. The third moon in a family cycle that began December 20th of 2024. See what you started back then. Capricorn full moons illuminate what we've built and what's ready to be refined. So that Sabian symbol points to grace, arriving when the work has been done. When the work you've been doing needs just a recommitment, something to be recognized. So receive it, pivot, recommit. So then let's go over just the key dates for June. The 2nd, the Sun in 12 degrees of Gemini sextiles Saturn in 12 degrees of Aries. That's good energy for writing and planning and committing to something that you've been thinking about, or just some ideas that have been circling around in your head. So ideas can take shape now if you just apply some discipline to them. June 4th, Mercury in 4 degrees of Cancer squares Neptune in 4 degrees of Aries. So, that Neptune might make your communication around the 4th just a little foggy, or maybe easily misread, but your intuition is high. So, there's a potential that you're just projecting onto someone else. If something isn't clear to you, just wait and give it some time until things clear up. On June 12th, Venus, 29 degrees of Cancer, square Chiron, 29 degrees of Aries, 29 degrees. That's old wounds around belonging, self-worth, and love may surface. So this is tender territory. It's in the last decaying degree of these two, Cancer and Aries. So meet it with some compassion and don't avoid it. You won't be able to avoid it. See what you need to deal with and heal. Now, major shift, June 19th, Chiron enters Taurus, a significant generational shift. Collective healing then moves from questions of identity and courage, like it was in Aries, into Taurus themes of the body or material security or self-worth. For those with Taurus placements in your natal chart, this is very personal. Be sure and look at your natal chart. If you need a natal chart reading or a transit reading, you can book one on my website. June 29th, Mercury retrograde in 26 degrees of Cancer, and full moon at 8 degrees of Capricorn, and Jupiter enters Leo. This is a big day. Mercury stations retrograde. So slow down, back up your work, revisit rather than pushing forward. That full moon in Capricorn is recognition and completion of what you've started, but then reigniting the work that still needs to be done. Jupiter enters Leo, beginning a year of expansion and creativity, joy, and self-expression. That's a lot that is coming to us and landing at one time. So stay grounded and receive it all and feel what it is that is shifting and moving and coming around in your life. So exciting, such a big month. So June is asking us to be still when it matters. Listen, hear, receive it. The month ends very loudly, but it's building through the month. So trust the process, trust the timing, and welcome to June. I will see you next month. Have a great month.